As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news Christmas stories. Well, good news, I have a list for you of the most dangerous Christmas songs. These are the songs you should never listen to while driving. They could cause an accident, according to scientists. Yeah, experts warn against listening to music with a high rate of beats per minute. So what's the most dangerous Christmas tune? It is, of course, Frosty the Snowman. That's right. 1950s Frosty the Snowman, first recorded by Gene Autry, later that year by Jimmy Durante, has been named by Insurance-opedia as the most dangerous Christmas song at 172 beats per minute. Really, that'd be a good workout song. It doesn't seem to me in memory to be that quick. Yeah, I don't know. Really? Max works for the insurance guidance website and said, as the holiday season approaches, it's important to recognize how music influences our driving habits. While festive tunes bring joy, some high-energy or distracting songs can impact our focus on the road. The second most dangerous Christmas song is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Other dangerous songs, Feliz Navidad, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Happy Christmas, War is Over. That's a slow song. What? Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. That's got like 8 beats per minute, insurance guy. What are we talking about here? And I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, so don't listen to any of those driving around, okay? Are you psyched for the 116th Newport Beach Christmas Parade? It runs through December 22nd. Greg's boat has a theme, South Florida in the 80s. His boat shoots flames from the deck of his boat. Roughly 100 boats are signed up to be in this year's parade. One of the bigger boats is the 86-foot Last Hurrah. This year it's decorated with a tribute to police, firefighters, paramedics, and lifeguards, accented by strategically placed and synchronized LEDs. Those simulate the reflection of waves, rotating helicopter blades, and flashing sirens. Greg leaned hard into his 80s display on his boat known as the Snoopy boat because of the inflatable Snoopy that's been incorporated into its decorations since he began participating in the parade 14 years ago. He says his boat, the Paradise Found, is a non-stop dance machine, and we bring the party all the way around the harbor. His boat also features portraits of Miami Vice actors Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas hanging in pink frames. I would love this boat. This is right up my alley. A couple thought they found the perfect Christmas tree, but wait till they got home. Hayden posted a video of the tree on TikTok. The video's gotten more than, listen to this number, 24 million views, says the guy recording a podcast in his basement. I don't quite have 24 million listeners. I'm trying. All right, Hayden and her boyfriend went to the forest. They cut down their tree. In Washington State, Christmas tree cutting in the forest is legal if you purchase a permit. Once they arrived, her boyfriend spotted what appeared to be the perfect tree. Covered in snow, it's difficult to assess how full the tree actually was, especially because they were trudging it through like 2 feet of snow. Hayden told People, we dragged the tree back to the truck, loaded it onto the bed, and started driving home. When they got home, we took the tree out of the back of the truck. By this time, the snow had melted, and it was clear that the tree had lost some branches in transit. We looked at each other in silence and then laughed because there was no way this was the same tree we loaded into the truck 2 hours earlier. Once they got inside, they realized the tree was too tall for their living room. They brought it back outside and thought about things for like 15 minutes. They decided to cut the top of the tree off, reasoning that the bottom and the most branches and keeping the top would help preserve a natural tree shape. However, after they made the cut, the tree was even more awkward. She said, once we cut the tree, there was no going back. We were fully committed. We brought it back inside, popped a bottle of wine, and began decorating. It was so funny wrapping the string lights around the literal 2-inch trunk and trying to find branches to hang them on. We had a great time decorating our Charlie Brown tree and using every last branch to hang ornaments. It definitely wasn't what we imagined, but we ended up with a hilarious, memorable tree and a great night. Let me take the break here. When we come back, parents, are you paying attention? Santa sent me some stuff that he wants the parents to know about. It's all a surprise for the kids on Christmas, so he doesn't want the surprise ruined. But with us parents, we got to talk. So kids, why don't you hit stop on the podcast? Parents, I'll play some commercials, and then we'll come back, and I'll tell you what Santa told me. Okay, everybody is listening to me here. You know what to do. Yeah, don't blame me. Hit stop. Be right back. White smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years, and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to caloroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the uninterrupted listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to caloroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
Okay, it's just parents now, right? No kids listening. You're not going to get mad at Johnny Mac and be like, hey, I can't believe I was listening to your show. If you're listening with kids, hit stop, because Santa shared some stories with me, and I want to tell you 2 more stories about Santa, but he doesn't want the kids to know, okay? Everybody understands what we're doing here. All right. Archaeologists say they found the tomb of St. Nicholas. They uncovered a 6-foot-long limestone tomb with a raised lid and pitched roof. This was buried near the Church of St. Nicholas in Turkey. The sarcophagus was found within a 2-story structure that borders the church's courtyard. One of the professors out there said the fact that we have found a sarcophagus near the church, which is thought to house his tomb, may indicate that this is the sacred area we've been searching for. The tomb was found in the ruins of an ancient basilica submerged by rising sea levels in the Mediterranean during the Middle Ages. Records show that shortly after, the Church of St. Nicholas was built on top of the foundation to protect the tomb. Recently, archaeologists uncovered mosaic and stone flooring from the previous sanctuary that led them to St. Nicholas's final resting place. St. Nicholas lived between 270 and 343 AD. Stories suggest he inherited money and gave it away to the poor, specifically 3 girls to save them from a life of prostitution. However, there's no historical documents. These are only passed down in verbal stories. The name Santa Claus evolved from St. Nicholas's Dutch nickname Sinterklaas, a shortened form of St. Nicholas. Pardon my Dutch. St. Nicholas's bones were believed to have been smuggled to the Italian city of Bari by merchants in 1087, But archaeologists are now suggesting the wrong bones were removed. The ones that went to Italy belonged to an anonymous priest. St. Nicholas's relics remain enshrined in the 11th century Basilica of San Nicola in Bari, though fragments have been acquired by churches around the world. And apparently the Santa didn't go over well in the Great Hall of Winchester. Visitors say Santa is not jovial and his beard is blatantly fake. This year's Santa was described by one visitor as just a guy dressed up in a cheap red suit with a blatantly fake beard. Matthew brought his kids there and said this guy wasn't talkative at all. He didn't seem very jovial. It ruined the experience. My children were polite, but as soon as we left, they were in tears. They knew he was a fake. Lisa visited with her granddaughter and said, honestly, I wanted to laugh. I've seen better Santas rolling around town on their way to Christmas parties. Unfortunately, we got the fake Santa. It was so awkward. No ho-ho-ho, no Merry Christmas, nothing. The folks at the Great Hall said it as a gesture of goodwill for any customer who has not yet visited and who booked tickets on the assumption that the experience would be the same as in previous years. We're offering a full refund. Just get another Santa, guys. What are you doing? And those are your 5 good news Christmas stories for today. Oh, this is so much fun to do. You have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.